What's the deal, YouTube? You know who it is. Your boy Big Will, back with another episode of Life After Prison. Let's run it. Alright, people. So this is what we're gonna get at today. I want to know how many of you, when you went to jail, you turned into Mr. Lover Lover, or if it was just me, right? All right, people. So this is what we're gonna get at today. I want to know how many of you, when you went to jail, you turned into Mr. Lover Lover, or if it was just me, right? So I know that when I went to prison, you know, I might have been on bad terms with my girl because of the shit I was doing, running the streets, you know, whatever, okay? Just pure negative, right? But I know from minute one that I landed, I turned into Mr. Lover Lover whenever the phone came on. Okay? I would call home and the I'm sorry's and the, you know, you're the one for me, and what would I do without you, and God sent you to me, and you know, when I get home we gotta get married, all of that, you know, every phone call, you know, got to the point where every phone call, every letter was, I love you, let's get married. Now my girl is the most solid, faithful, loving, trusting woman that I can ever fucking find, okay? What she found in me, I don't know. Must have been these looks when I was a little younger, you know. You know, girl. But yeah, to be honest with you, I had all my teeth back then. My son knocked that one out. 10 years old, my son knocks my tooth out. How's that? I teach him how to fight all the time, and you know, he hits me with a right cross, knocks my tooth out. So do I think Mighty Mouse can do it? Fuck no. Mighty Mouse is a bitch. My son's a G. My son is 10 years old. He's probably 5'6". He weighs 185 pounds. You look at him, you think he's 15 years old. The kid's a monster, right? He's a monster. But that's what I've been teaching him since he was born, is how to fight, you know. And taught him how to put that shoulder behind his punch. Oh my God. Pure beast, right? So, but getting back to my girl, now, my girl is a Christian, right? 100% Christian. I did time, one of my times I did, was because I took a family member in that was homeless, okay? He was living on the streets. He had nowhere to go. My family, my uncle, had nothing to do with my girl. She's a Christian. When he was telling me his woes, my girl started crying, and she told me we had to take him in. We had to take him in. Okay, now, so I did, you know, and I took Fool in, and he had nothing. He had nothing. Okay, he was on a methadone clinic. Okay, you all know, I've told you before, I was a drug dealer for probably 20 years, right? But my uncle was homeless. He was a drug addict. I took him in. He got high every day for free because I was his nephew, right? I brought him to the clinic every morning. I gave him money every morning so he wouldn't have to panhandle. I bought him new clothes because he had none. I took him to parties, Christmas parties. Now, he was my uncle. He's my dad's brother, okay? Now, my dad, if you were from Massachusetts, if you were from Fall River where I live, you know my dad, okay? And if you say you didn't, it's straight bullshit, right? Anyways, you know my family. You know who we are. You know my everybody knows my dad, right? Or they know of him, let's say. But not, they don't necessarily know him. They know of him. If you've been in prison in Massachusetts, probably since I'll say 74 or later, you know my dad. A lot of time in Concord, he did. Back in the day, he did a lot of time in Norfolk. That's where he stayed, right? But you know, then after Norfolk was down, he was in Concord a lot, right? So it's big Walpole. He loved Walpole, the freedom of it, the openness of Walpole, you know. But he was behind that wall when he knew, you know, the consequences and shit, right? Seriousness. But if you went to prison, if he was in prison, you know my dad, okay? Career criminal. His brother, on the other hand, was not a he was a street person because he was a drug addict, plain and simple. He was not a fighter. He didn't know how to do crime. He didn't do breaking and enterings. He didn't do none of that shit, right? He did end up doing a couple of years in prison for he was robbing an apple orchard, right? For $23 in donations. They get donations this apple orchard, and he was robbing the donation box. And the old man, almost 70 years old, caught him, and my uncle planted him. Now my uncle's probably 6'4", probably 6'4", 280, 300 pounds. Okay, that's the size of my uncle. Anyways, he planted the old man, right, and knocked him out. Broke his glasses and took his wallet from him. But it was all on, the guy had it all on tape, and my uncle got caught and went to jail, okay? So he doesn't know no code, okay? Because he was always on the desk talking to the cop, you know, and I had to pull him away from that, you know, and tell him, listen, I'm getting kites from other inmates and shit like that, you know, telling me that you know, in your unit you're always on the desk and shit, you know, and if you know, you're either doing two things, you're telling on somebody or you're setting people up, whatever, but you gotta stay away from the fucking desk, right? There's two sides of the line when you're in prison. If you're not a CO. Now you may know a CO, you may know him all your life, okay? And when you're on the streets, when you say hi to your boy, that's your thing, okay? It is what it is. Many of us all have gone to school with a cop or CO, you know, as someone we grew up with, right? Someone we grew up with. But anyways, so but when you're in prison, you keep it moving, right? You stay away from that desk. You don't get on the desk and you don't talk to the cops and blah blah blah. So this was a daily routine from him. Blah blah blah. I got Kite say, send over to my unit. Well, listen, we're gonna hit your uncle up because there's something up with him, always on the desk with the cops. So I was a worker, right? And I was a maintenance worker, right? I worked in the maintenance department, so I was able to go from unit to unit. I'd go to this dorm, I'd go to that dorm, fix the light bulbs. Someone had, this is how we would get things around or notes, like someone will clog their toilet. Oh, we need maintenance in the morning, someone would, try and rig, they'd pop their socket. Oh, we need maintenance. So we'd go down there, a couple of us were on maintenance crew, and we go down and, that's how we think. We passed things and got radios and, got drugs, whatever the case was, right? So I made my way over to his unit and I told him, hey, listen, I got notes here telling me that they're going to hit you up. Stay off the corner. You know what I'm saying? You're a big dude. There's big dudes in here. They're going to $150 you and that's it. So he didn't, he listened to my warning and he stayed away. So, a couple years pass, I get out, he stays in, right, finishes time. I think he did 6 or something, 5, something like that. So, I get out, he stays in, finishes time. Okay, so fast forward a couple years later, I'm driving my girl around the city, and every time I would get out of prison, I'd go right back to selling drugs, and that's who I was. That was my life, right? That was my occupation, right? I made a lot of money selling drugs. You know what I mean? It was nice to come out and drive a different car every day. You know what I'm saying? It was nice to feel the gold chains on my neck make me feel like a rapper. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Just stupid shit. You know what I mean? But it was nice to go in the store and I'll buy one popsicle, buy the box every day. You know what I'm saying? And blow $1,000 on tickets. Scratch tickets, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big gambler. But anyways, I see him and he's hit me with this woe is me story, and I'm doing bad and my wife kicked me out and blah 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 and da da da, right? So my wife says, babe, it's winter time and I can't see somebody staying outside. I'm a Christian, and I tell you, listen, I'm an atheist, you know what I'm saying? You don't believe in Jesus, I believe there's a higher power. There is a higher power, and it may be consciousness. It may be our subconsciousness, and I still don't know how to access that yet. But do I believe that there was a little man that died and floated up there and is now controlling everything? No, I don't think he came from Earth. I think this higher power, this collective consciousness that we all have, it's like watching the movie Avatar and the Tree of Life. Okay, that's how we are in life. You know what I'm saying? We're all connected. We are all intertwined. People, our energy, we're all connected, okay? That's for another story, different day. But anyways, we gotta take him in, babe. And I'm like, whatever, babe, you're the boss. You know what I'm saying? And so we do. You know what I'm saying? We take him in, and the upstairs of my house, we have an attic up there. And the attic is built like a little apartment, you know what I'm saying? And I have had many friends that have been, like I said, homeless or, on the streets for a couple of weeks or would just get out of jail or whatever, I give them a place to stay if they don't have one. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's not up there is a shower, like a bathroom. So, you know, there's TV, there's a couch, a little sleeping area. They'll go up there and they live. You know, there's heaters up there in the wintertime. It's fully heated. There, you know, I got one of them little refrigerators. You know, so it's like a little apartment up there. You know what I'm saying? So when people get, if there's someone that I need to help out, I do. Well, I help my uncle out, and I bring him in, and he makes 2 controlled buys off me. And he sets me up. He gets me a 2.5 year bid. I was telling you the story the other day how I walked into the courthouse with all the drugs, and I got caught. That was the first time that I had gotten arrested. He had set me up, made 2 controlled buys, and I was arrested the day after Martin Luther King Day for 2 years in a row. January 2015, January 2016. Okay, and I was arrested the same day, that Tuesday. Martin Luther King Day falls on a Monday. 2 years in a row. That the Tuesday after, I was raided, thanks to him. Okay. Now, they always tell you, keep your enemies close, or keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Well, for family, some people with their family, I go through it. I don't talk to a lot of my family. I have a big family. I don't talk to none of them. The only ones I talk to are my brothers and my sister. Really, I talk to a couple of my aunts and uncle on my father's side. I talk to a couple of my aunts, you know, here or there. Hi, how you doing? I got one uncle that I talk to, my Uncle Bill. But my Uncle Darrell is a stone cold rat. Okay. He's a stone cold rat. There's allegations of his brother, my other Uncle Sean, who has moved down to Florida. I heard there was allegations of him, I guess, I don't know if it was touching or not molesting, but like touching over the clothes, things of that nature. Very inappropriate touching of his foster kids that he took in. You know, do I think it's true? Absolutely, because he left Fall River and moved to Florida. Okay. When he was heard that one of the kids was going, his wife's niece was going to make a report about it. They had other foster kids up here, and I guess they made a complaint about him touching the little girls. So he moves to Florida, and his wife goes with him, and I don't fuck with chomos. You know how that is, Mouse. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with people like that. I don't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, like you said, you never know who somebody is. You know, and as fucked up as that is, man, family or friends, it could be someone you grew up with your whole life. You know, and to come to find out they're touching kids, you know, or they molested their nephew or niece, you know, or babysitting for their sibling, their brother or sister, and they're touching their kids, or, you know, your own grandfather touching kids. Fuck, there's people, their own father and mother, you know, molesting their own kids and stuff. fucking sick. You never know who people are, you know, so you got to keep everybody close. You got to keep everybody close, you know, because you just don't know who you can trust. You know, someone will look you right in your eye and stab you in your back. You know, it's fucked up because when you go to prison, you meet people and they're actually more solid than some people. Again, there's some that they're rats, they're fucking rippers, they're, you know, they're thieves, they're crooks, they're cell thieves, they're snakes. But there's some people you meet, they'll be solid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And you meet them where? In prison. Because you know what? There's a lot of people who are solid dudes. They just make fucked up. They made a mistake, you know. And some people just, we make the mistake over and over. And once you get that label of being a felon, the system is quick to open that gate for you. You know, you do something again, that gate opens up for you. And you're sitting there with them silver handcuffs, you know what I mean? Them silver bracelets. And, but yeah, so my uncle set me up. And the day he set me up, now he was here, he was a diabetic and all kind of heart medication and stuff upstairs in my house. The day he set me up, because I didn't know who it was at first, you know what I'm saying? I had to hire 2 lawyers. It cost me $12,000 to hire a lawyer that knew some people, you know, in order for me to find out that my uncle was a CI, you know what I mean? And he made 2 control buys off me, you know. And then the year later, so I bailed out. That's when all that stuff happened in court with the drugs. And then a year later, I was arrested again through a girl that before he set me up, he introduced me to this girl that was, you know, big customer. She spent a lot of money. She got me a lot of shit. She bought me them cameras, them black cameras right there for my house, right there. She bought me that camera system, and she brought me all kind of like sports, collectibles, Patriots, signed autographs and jerseys and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This girl is crazy, but she was sick, and her and my Uncle Daryl, that's when they made the second control buy off me, because I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know who set me up, you know what I'm saying? I never thought it was my uncle, you know, until I ended up going to court, and a lawyer walks in and he says to me, "So who's Daryl Dupress?" And I'm like, "My uncle, why?" And I think he's gonna hit me with one of these, you know, like, you know, he was just arrested, blah blah blah, you know, because he was living with me, you know what I'm saying? And I used to have him, you know, like I said, I would make sure he was sick. I'd bring him to the clinic. I'd make sure he had money in his pocket so we didn't have to panhandle, because that's what I picked him up doing. He was panhandling, hanging at Dunkin' Donuts every day, not showering or eating, you know, and he was homeless. I took him in, I fed him, I clothed him, you know, I full access to my shower and my, you know, my bathroom. And like I said, I took him to Christmas parties and, you know, my in-laws to their house and da-da-da, you know, so, but he sets me up 2 times. I get raided and I do a couple years, 2.5 years for him, right? But, so the moral of the story is that, you know, you never know who you're going to trust, you know, you never know who you can trust, you never know who is who. You never know what the next person has done unless it gets public access. You know what I'm saying? You know, for instance, I just saw a video this morning of Coolio, the rapper. He was getting, I guess he was doing some kind of real estate deal with Mouse or something, Minor Mouse, fucking ripper, and Coolio found out that he was a chomo, you know, He was a rapist, and he canceled that whole deal. And he made a video, and he was pissed. And he said the same thing, you know, you gotta start calling for people's paperwork. And it's crazy that we live in an age that you have to check someone's paperwork. You know what I'm saying? That's how we are up here in Massachusetts. You know, when we come to jail, that's the first thing dudes will ask you. You got your paperwork? You know, so a lot, you know, when you're here, you usually get your paperwork from your lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And you carry that shit around with you. You carry your Corey around with you. You know what I mean? And someone accuses you of something or says this or that, you got your Corey right there to say, hey, you got the wrong fucking person. Don't accuse me of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know when someone's fugazi and they're hiding shit is when you hit someone with, dude, where's your paperwork? Oh, I don't have it. I can't get it. I'm having trouble getting it from the courts. Oh, really? You have your lawyer call up, and it takes nothing. Your lawyer can get you a copy of your Corey and send it in the mail, and it'll be there in the next day. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have your paperwork, it's because you don't want it. There's things that you don't want people to see. You know what I'm saying? Anybody ever wants to look at mine, let me know. Send a comment. I'll send you mine. I'll record every page for you. I'll read off every charge I got for you. You know? And that goes with part of the turning into Mr. Lover. Every note, every phone call, I told my girl I loved her, which I do, and she knows that. But everything was, I'm so sorry. We're gonna get married when I get out. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you. Now all of that might be true, but once we go to jail, we enhance it, you know. And you know, my girl was like, I've never seen this person before. Every time you go to jail, you turn into, you know, Mr. Suave. So I put money in your canteen, and I come up and see you every week, and you know. So fact is, you never know who someone is, you know. But I don't know. You gotta, like, you know, you gotta be careful, because if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna go to jail, go to jail for something you did, not for somebody else. Not for them setting you up, not for them lying on you, not from them stealing you. Don't let someone, don't find out later that someone is, you know, touching your kids and all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Find out who people are, and you'll be safe nowadays, you know. But video's getting kind of long. I just wanted to tell you, be careful out there in the world. You know, it's big, Will. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. You know, when you come in and you watch the video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down button. You know, just be real, be honest. But hit the subscribe button. Helps the algorithm, you know, and you know, we'll make some more of these videos. Some people find them funny, some people find them stupid, some find them entertaining. It's just my story. It's just the things I've gone through or I've seen, you know. But with that, y'all be safe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Keep your eyes open. There's someone always out to get you. Big Will. Life after prison. See ya.